Hello there YouTube, it's a comatose ibex, the YouTube commentator with a 100% no dubstep guarantee, and welcome to the second episode of OP or OK. In episode 1 I went over Sitrep Pro because it had a major buff to it in that it cancelled out Dead Silence Pro, and I determined that in its new form, because there is no defense against it, there is no counter, that Sitrep Pro is now definitely overpowered. In this episode I'm providing a gameplay on PR, so it's a free-for-all, and I'm using the ACR 6.8 with red dot and silencer, and this episode is all about the ACR 6.8. On the face of it, if you look at some of the basic qualities of it, you might determine that it is overpowered based on the fact that it is an accurate gun, it is powerful, it has a fast reload, and it doesn't recoil at all. Well, it does recoil very, very slightly, but really not as much as most of the other guns in the assault rifles category. Anyway, for me though, there are a couple of things that kind of set it apart from being fully overpowered. First of all, there is a very, very similar gun called the SCAR-L. That for me has very, very similar properties. There is very little recoil on that. It is quite powerful, it is very easy to use, and as good as the iron sights are on the ACR, on the SCAR-L they are even better. Now, the other thing that I don't like about the ACR is the hip fire. I hate it. It is actually pretty crap, and it is the only major weakness of the ACR. Now, combine those two things together, and I start to question the whole thing about the ACR being overpowered. Yes, it is very easy to use. Yes, it is a great gun for beginners, but it's not the only gun that does what it does. The only difference for me between the ACR 6.8 and the SCAR-L, which is actually unlocked a lot earlier than the ACR, is that the SCAR-L has a significantly slower reload. If you put on sleight of hand when using the SCAR-L, that almost gets knocked out completely, and you pretty much have two guns almost entirely the same. Now, the stats do suggest that the ACR is the more powerful of those two weapons. However, I find in practice, having over 2,500 kills with the SCAR-L and 1,700 kills with the ACR 6.8, there's barely any difference between them other than the reload time. So, I'm going to pass judgment on the ACR 6.8 by saying it is sort of overpowered. There is the potential for being overpowered, but it's not quite broken enough to be classified as overpowered. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please give me a like, please give me a subscribe, and also use the comment section below to tell me what you think in episode 3 I should use or I should review on OP or OK. Anyway, thank you and good night.